All right, hello again. Welcome to Soul Horizons Tarot. This is a reading for the sign of Taurus, part two. If you didn't watch that one, I would suggest going back and watching that one first because I just cover everything here. This one is for the clarifiers, and it will be probably quite long. So I make part one for the people that don't have time for a movie, basically. I don't know how I get to an hour or over, honestly. I just feel like it's been 30 minutes and I really need to invest in some type of timer or just another device. I also don't like to be rushed, though. I kind of enjoy what plays out. Okay, so let's get into this general reading so it won't resonate for everyone. Keep that in mind. If you want to see where you can find me on social media or schedule a private reading. All that information is in the details. And I would ask you to please, if you did enjoy this, leave a like and or a comment or both, and help get my channel a little bit more traffic. But I would love to hear from you, even if, regardless, that would be nice to actually have some comments in the comment section. It's dead in there. Okay, so I'm gonna shuffle this real quick. And I did draw, when I do my main draws, I always draw a clarifier card. It's just how I do it. Okay, so yeah. Interesting. Some of you might actually work in a situation where you help others get into a home. Like maybe a volunteer, like Hope for Humanity kind of organization. Or some of you may just maybe you actually like work in building homes, or maybe it's just like real estate, um, remodeling, landscaping. Okay, I think that should be good. So, but yeah, I would definitely suggest going back and watching part one, just because I'm not going to cover the main cards as much here. But you guys have been working very hard, very diligently, very, uh, with a lot of. Ooh, I haven't asked yet. Oh, it was the Six of Pentacles, same card here. Towards some type of goal, towards strong financial stability. It could be a home, it could be a business. We do have the Empress here, and she can be a business owner. So let's see, one more with the Six and Eight of Pentacles for the overall energy. So this does seem very financially, a financial read, a career read, but we'll see as we go. One more with the Six and the Eight of Pentacles. Some of you are building something, not maybe like a literal home or anything like that, but you're building maybe an empire, a name, a business. One more with the Six and the Eight of Pentacles for the sign of Taurus for their overall energy, please. One. Oh, almost. Two. And three. Knight of Pentacles. So this has been, yeah, I felt that earlier. I said it in the part one. Long, arduous journey to get here, to get where you are currently. It's been a long time coming. There's been maybe some stagnation, maybe some, period of time where, wow, okay, yeah, that's all money. You are all about your bread right now. I don't know why I said bread. I guess that stone kind of looks like a loaf. I don't know. So yeah, we got the 6, the 8, and the 9. This does talk about making forward progress too, because you're going up in numbers. So you are definitely, it seems, glowing up. Um, Now, the Nine of Pentacles is the minor arcana to the Empress, meaning she is working towards becoming that Empress. Um, so very, very abundant, very resourceful, very financially independent, very confident. I do get this energy of somebody who is solo. Now that is a singles card, but I felt that even before I drew that somebody has worked their butt off to get to where they are, and they've done it pretty much on their own, like own from your own. Um, no, whether that's I guess it really doesn't matter. No matter what it is, you have been the main contributor to where you're at now, which I feel is pretty strong, very stable, very solid. Um, and I don't feel like any of you came from a place where it was, you were lucky enough not to need financial assistance, but it was just, so I do get an energy that you helped people too. So that might be that might be a story for somebody, that you spend a lot of your time helping others, and at the end of the day, you do feel there is a loneliness here, but it's not something like that consumes you. It doesn't consume you, but it's kind of like that wishful kind of thinking, like I have so much to give, and I'm at a good place to give it. But moving on, that's money, finance, stability seems to be a big factor. Some of you may have, again, a home. Either you're selling a home, you're buying a home, but I think there's land involved, maybe a couple acres, maybe out in the country. I'm just going by what I see off this card. There's like a garden with, yeah, a really nice garden. It's like a pond or a creek or something. If I'm being honest, it almost looks like an overgrown soccer field, because these two things on the side actually look like goals, but they're covered with. I've never actually noticed that before. But anyway, let's move on. We'll be here all night. So your current energy situation, yeah, definitely could involve a home. Maybe you have finally bought your first house and you're super excited about it. This can be that you are married. This is the marriage card. Maybe you just celebrated something, or you are celebrating something. You're celebrating the fact that you are this empress. You have finally made it. Your hard work has paid off. Like I said, the empress is the highest you can get as far as reaching a certain level of success. Not that you're like, I don't know, a billionaire, but success is very much it depends on the person. So let's see, one more with the Four of Wands and the Empress for Taurus's current energy situation. And yeah, you are definitely in your own power, because this is a Taurus and Libra card, but I feel Taurus very strongly in this reading, especially with that. One more with the Four of Wands and the Empress, please. 1, 2, 3. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you, this is just money. Okay, that's interesting. Some of you may have had to make a lot of sacrifices to get to where you are, leave things behind, leave people behind, leave situations behind. You may have recently left a situation, decided to walk away from something that was no longer fulfilling or drained you in some way. Could also be that a lot of you feel like you suffered for your hard work in the sense that, you put so much of your time and energy into getting to a certain position, um, that you lost opportunities in love, opportunities in friendship, opportunities, that other people, in their 20s and their while they were out partying and having a good time and socializing and doing all this, you were like tunnel vision. You made everything about financial success, financial stability, financial independence. Some of you may even be leaving a home or leaving a marriage. I only say that because the Eight of Cups is here. The Eight of Cups is about walking away. It can sometimes talk about a spiritual journey. I want to say be careful for some of you because she's looking over her shoulder towards the Eight of Cups, and this is stability. So she's looking away from stability, possibly a home, possibly a marriage, and she's looking towards this Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups sometimes is a card about feeling like the grass is greener on the other side. We do have the Fool up here, so that can represent a risk. So some of you may have like this dream home or this dream marriage or this dream life, and you're still kind of looking what else is out there, what's next. So there's almost this sense of not really stopping in the moment to appreciate. Let me see what you have. The Eight of Cups on the bottom of that deck too. Somebody may have walked away from you as well. You may not have walked away from someone. Someone may have walked out of your life. You're still strong. You're still um, completely independent and capable, but it's obviously that's painful. Let's see, what is this Eight of Cups? You know what? I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, so sorry. I tried to muffle that. I don't think it worked. All right, what is this? Let me shuffle these real quick. Turn around. All right, what is this Eight of Cups about for the current energy situation with Taurus? What does this Eight of Cups represent for the sign of Taurus, please? Sign of Taurus. What does the Eight of Cups represent for their current energy situation? 1, 2, and 3. Sagittarius, Temperance energy on the back. The Star, Aquarius energy. Yeah, this could very much be a spiritual calling or a spiritual journey. It could be this back here that you're trying to heal from. Maybe there was somebody who was very deceptive, very dishonest, lied, cheated, stole something, or you feel cheated. You feel like you're cheated, and this is an opportunity to, you're taking this opportunity to heal a situation, heal yourself, mind, body, spirit. But this is also a wish fulfillment card, so some of you may have had to walk away from something that you felt was a wish. It feels like a sacrificial kind of thing. Like maybe you had to let something go in order to fulfill a wish, or maybe there was, more than one direction, and one of them required to, basically sacrifice one in order to achieve the other. It's interesting too on this cloth here across his altar, he's got the symbol of the star. I don't know what I feel about this card. Yeah, it just feels like you lost something. But a part of you is like, it's okay because I still have this. It's like a almost a muted, quiet pain. Huh. Some of you may have healed through your work. In order to heal from something, you threw yourself into bettering your career, bettering your financial, your money situation. I don't know why I'm shuffling. Hmm. All right, let's move on. Again, that could be somebody walked away from you, maybe a marriage. Maybe you are on like kind of a break with your partner if you are coupled. Although, I guess I should move. Well, I'm running out of space here. Ooh, don't drop that. Oh, wow, okay. So, yeah, I think you left a situation or a person or maybe a job. Maybe you moved and you did it because this is where what you want. You want the Ten of Cups. Obviously, the Eight of Cups is here, so that means two cups are missing. You want the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is emotional fulfillment. That's a card of completion. You can't get higher than 10 before it starts all over again. I haven't asked yet, but yeah, you may have left a situation where there was a lot of drama, a lot of bickering, a lot of arguing, a lot of competition, and you went to find your peace. One more with the Ten of Cups and the Fool. Pisces, Aries energy. One more with the Ten of Cups and the Fool, please, for Taurus's surface mind, please. This is what you are thinking about, where your focus is, and what you want. So what's above you with the Ten of Cups and the Fool, please? One. We also have the Star in that. Two. Could be a family situation. And three. Could have been with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Yeah, Four of Wands again. Maybe some of you are moving to a new home. Maybe you like flip houses. Maybe you remodel a home and then you sell it and then you buy a new one. Some of you may have divorced though, or left a home where you shared with someone else. Doesn't necessarily have to be like a lover. It could have been like a roommate, your parents. I mean, a lot of people struggled, and I do feel like you want union with somebody. Maybe it's a reunion. We have these two figures here, and they have, they're both women, but that doesn't mean anything. You can be a man, or you can be um, same gender. It could be a friendship you want to reconcile. It could be a family, but more so than anything, I feel like you want a new start. You want to find your joy. your happiness. Um, and it could involve a home because the Four of Wands can represent that. The Four of Wands can also represent a marriage, and the Four of Wands can represent uh, a soulmate kind of bond. Well, specifically with this representation, the red ribbon talks about our soul tie to another. This is getting interesting. You feel very optimistic about whatever it is, though. It will require a leap of faith with the Fool being there. But this is what you want. So with Taurus, they can be very single-minded. When they want something, they will dig through anything. Like you cannot put up enough barriers that a Taurus that will not knock down to get to. If I get quiet, it's just because I'm looking at the cards to see if I see anything that's like really popping out at me. Now, again, this could be a family situation. We did have the star, and then we have the star back here. That's that one yellow glowing star represents the star card. So some of you could have a family, children, and you're excited to take whatever new path. I'm gonna move on because that seems pretty. So this is what you do not know, hidden truth. Something that you're not aware of that would benefit you to acknowledge or know. So you have the Page of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles, which you had appear in your overall energy. So maybe some of you are going into a new business. You've got a new job offer in a place that you have been really hoping and working hard to get into. Let's see, one more, the Eight of Pentacles, almost. Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Swords, please, for the hidden truth for the sign of Taurus. One more, the Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Swords for the hidden truth here for the sign of Taurus, please. Okay, one. Seem kind of weak, too. I really feel like that. Oh, there's that King of Cups again. Two of Swords. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, which is pretty similar to the Empress there. Three of Wands. Some of you may come to an impasse. Now, we do have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energies, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that is the sign of whatever or whoever you're dealing with. But what I see here is like this is the need for more information. Somebody may relay some information to you that you did not know. It can very well be work related, news that you have been waiting for, though, with that Three of Wands. There's an expectation there that's a very forward, future thinking card. It's looking towards the future, knowing that you're going to be rewarded with something. But there is with the Two of Swords, there is an indecision here. It's a card usually about a choice, but it can also be a lack of communication. not looking at everything, not knowing all the choosing not to make a choice, choosing not to understand something. Um, it could be involving an earth sign or somebody who has similar characteristics to that empress. I do feel like this is you, though, just because they are so similar. Now, if this is not you, this could be a mother figure, this could be a boss, especially a feminine boss. Even if it's a man, they're more effeminate. We all have feminine and masculine traits. Let me see. Let me see what this Page of Swords wants to say. Why is the Page of Swords here? What does this represent? It could involve a child as well. We do have a card that can represent mother for fertility here with the Queen of Pentacles and the... Oh, I'm going to put that back, and if it comes out again, then we'll know. The Empress are very fertile cards. Oh, maybe some of you are celebrating pregnancy, actually. Celebrating a new addition to the family. There's the Fool. Maybe that's correct. Okay, so yeah, be careful about that Fool energy that you're looking at. That's, the kind of hopeful idiot, not calling you an idiot, but it's that energy of like, oh, look, the sun, and he goes scrambling off the cliff. It's not thinking, not looking before you leap, not being aware and responsible for. Well, it's not that you're not being responsible. It's just not acknowledging the risk versus the reward. It's kind of just doing something completely spontaneous and going for it. Not that you shouldn't go for it, that's not what I'm saying, but there's something that you don't know here. If you can see, this is the after tarot, so this shows the moment after. Traditional, he's still on the cliff. In this card, he's hanging off the cliff, and he still hasn't recognized the danger he's in because he's sniffing this flower. The dog has a worried look. The Fool looks like, I don't know, he's literally sniffing daisies in a field instead of hanging 300 feet off the ground. So let's see, why is the Page of Swords here, please? What is this? This could be just, hold on, one Page of Swords. What does this represent? 2, 3. Oh, there's the Tower on the bottom. So maybe this is a warning about disaster. I had this yesterday in the advice for, was it Leo, I guess? Just be careful to read the fine print. Don't commit to anything until you know all the information. And that's what that Page of Swords does. They research, they gather information, they look into things, they inform. They inform themselves. Then we have Aries, Leo, Sag, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, fire sign with that King of Wands, or Knight of Wands, Earth sign, Gemini, degree Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Aries, Pisces. It kind of feels like a wait and see. Like it almost feels like advice. I feel like somebody's going to come rushing in with some type of communication. It's possible that it could be work related. Maybe it's a person from your work. You've been waiting for it. I said in the part 1 that this has been kind of like a long process for you. I felt that before even looking at the clarifiers here with the 3 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. It's like you have been, time has passed here, a great deal of time. or at least that it feels that way to you. And there is an energy of newness here with that Fool and wanting to take that leap of faith, or it's just that kind of like, I can't wait to start the next chapter of my life or do this thing, buy a new home, whatever that is for you. I'm not sure your particular situation, but somebody comes rushing in here with some information. Um, or this is something that you need to do. You need to rush towards someone and ask for information, communicate your desire to understand a situation. Um, but either way, we've got the Two of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, and they both kind of seem there's a there's a feeling of lack of forward momentum here. Like you hit a stall. I do not feel like it's um, significant in any way, but it's almost like I said, the mountains in the background, mountains in general in tarot and Lenormand, they can represent challenges and obstacles. So it does feel like there's a road bump, there's a hurdle that you're going to have to jump over first, and it can involve uh, literally some information that you do not have that may be presented to you, or that you're going to have to go and physically address yourself. Anything else here for what Taurus doesn't know that would benefit them to know? Anything else? Okay. Yep, there's that tower. Yeah, it's a warning about avoiding a tower moment. Make sure you get the truth of the situation. You get all the facts. Um you get all the information necessary that you can. The tower popped out. I put it up, ended up on the bottom of the deck, and it just popped out again. So it's meant to come out. A tower is an ending. It can be just shocking. This can just talk about some shocking news that is revealed to you, or that you reveal, um, something that completely unexpected. But it can also talk about a heavy ending or a difficult ending, something that um, was disrupted in some way. Either it's usually a change that comes in that was necessary, um, but it doesn't make it any less to the extreme devastating to the very minor, at least an annoyance. Like I said, it could just be a minor hiccup, but this could also be. I mean, take it however it resonates. I think some of you will know, because this is information that you've been waiting for. With that Three of Wands, you've been expecting some type of news. Um, I think you're wanting to take a risk here, and that's why you're waiting, because you're waiting on some type of information. Maybe you already are in the process of looking, of researching, but there does seem to be some type of uh, indecision, a period of not knowing what to do or how to move forward. Two of Swords with a Fool. Yeah, some of you are taking a foolish risk, making a foolish risk, because you're not informed. You're uninformed. You're oblivious. You're ignorant to something. Let's look at the past. Or this can be past, or this could just be something that is presenting. It's a challenge or obstacle to you, to your current energy. But I did ask it to be anything from the past that is affecting you in a way that could be um, a hindrance. So we have the 6 and the 7 of swords. Now it's interesting because, see if I can get this. In this deck, this person is holding all the swords. Now, in the uh, 6 of swords is a card about choosing to leave a chaotic, turbulent, emotionally anxious energy or situation to find somewhere that's much calmer. So for your own peace of mind, you're choosing to leave something behind. Now, similar to the Eight of Cups, but the Eight of Cups, it's emotional dissatisfaction. This is more like what I'm experiencing is unhealthy, especially mentally. So I'm going to go over here. It could talk about literally moving, like a physical move. It can just talk about, cutting people out. But the interesting part is that he's holding the swords. The swords represent the lessons, the experiences that we take with us. We take those with us in order to learn from them. In this card, he's carrying these swords, but he's sneaking away into the night. He's trying not to wake these wolves. So it may be for some of you that you literally felt that you were surrounded by wolves, and that's why you had to leave a situation. Some of you, there was something surrounding a deceptive person or information that was not fully transparent. But both are cards about walking away. Now, whether that was you that walked away, maybe it was somebody else that walked away, maybe it was just having to move from a situation or leave a situation. But regardless, let's see if we'll get one more card for that. 6 and 7 of swords. Again, forward progress, though. You're going from the 6 to the 7, which is good. Down here we do have the 2, but this is unknown to you, so I don't really count that. Again, these two could be related. You may find out some information that brings clarity or uncovers something about this card here, which again can represent lying, cheating, stealing, scandal, somebody acting shady, strategizing. Let's see, one more with the 6 and the 7. 7 of Swords for the sign of Taurus, recent past, anything that is still in some way negatively or just a challenge or obstacle in their current energy. One more with the 6 and 7 of Swords, please. 1, 2. I thought I was going to have a jumper, but I guess not. 3, 9 of Cups. Okay, it could have been, for some of you, it could have been a relationship. No, it doesn't necessarily have to mean a romantic relationship. It could have been a friendship, coworker, someone in your family. But there is at least you and one other person involved. At the least, this is about um, a connection of some kind. Now, whether there was deception within that connection or for some of you, it could have involved infidelity. Because I see the 6 of Swords and the 7 of Swords is kind of sneaking off while the dogs are sleeping. The dogs can represent the wife or the husband or the girlfriend or the boyfriend or the whatever, to have like a secret that's not for everybody. So don't think I'm accusing you or your person of cheating. But I do see that as a possible scenario. Others of you, you may have left a partnership to find something that was more peaceful. It didn't provide you the support, the stability, the structure that you needed and that you had already been working hard on. And so you chose to walk away, or they did. Somebody else chose to walk away. Hmm. Some of you may even know about somebody else's deception. You may have, some of you may already have some information about something that happened in the past, somebody's shady behavior, somebody's lecherous lies, and you may be holding that to yourself, and you're kind of, um, you're at an impasse on what to do. You don't know if you should come forward with what you have, the information that you have. You don't know if you should keep quiet. And I'm looking at the way she's looking, and it's like, "Oh, you don't wanna play that game with me. I've got some dirt on you. Don't make me use this big sword that probably weighs 3 times as much as I do." Huh, okay. Sorry. Alright, what's coming towards you? Very heavy earth. I know this is Aries, but I get heavy Taurus vibes with this card with the bulls and the moose, very earthy energy. But it is the sign of Aries. We also have Earth, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. This could be just your own steady progress towards even more power or higher position. Let me change decks. One more with it. Okay. One more with the Knight of Pentacles and the Emperor for what's coming towards Taurus in the near future. One more with the Knight of Pentacles and the Emperor. What is the most important, influential thing coming towards them that they would want or need to know about, please? One more with the Knight of Pentacles and the Emperor. One, two. I get assessing. Hold on. Let me finish this. 3. Assessing somebody else too, as well. If somebody's coming forward with some information like gossip or, hey, I got to tell you this thing that I found out, make sure that you know that they are 100. Because I get that from this card too. It's like inspecting. The Eight of Pentacles is about working towards this, and in this card, it's completely finished, but he's still going over it a second time, making sure, kind of inspecting or analyzing his own work. So it's like analyze this conversation, whatever this is, whether it's you making it or another person to you. If you're analyzing yourself, it would be like, are you being? Yeah, I don't even have to explain that to you. It's just, oh man, I messed up. I had the card and I'm reshuffling. Oh well, what needs to come will come. One more with the Knight of Pentacles and the Emperor, please, for what's coming towards Taurus. That's why I should not get sidetracked. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Sun on the bottom, Judgment. Judgment is Scorpio energy. Some of you are assessing anyway. You are juggling an option, a decision. Some of you have more than one choice to make. Some of you are prioritizing, trying to balance out a situation, or this, whatever this is, will bring in that need to prioritize. Um, Let me see. Who or what is that Knight of Pentacles? It could just be very slow moving, something that will maybe in the next few weeks. Pentacles are actually years, but I mean, tarot hardly ever goes that far unless you specifically ask for timing. It's more so just something that's not coming in immediately within the next few days, possibly a week, possibly a few weeks, maybe even a month. Clarify that Knight of Pentacles. 1, it could just be a sturdy, stable offer. 2, okay, and 3. Okay, there's that 2 of Cups coming back in. Oh, and the King of Cups, he kept coming up on the bottom. So yeah, some of you may be involved with more than one person, not necessarily romantically. There may be a boss. It may be kind of conflict of interest here. You've got to deal with 2 people that either hate each other, or you've got to do with 2 people that, they got a boss that's offering you a job here. You've got another boss that's offering you a position there. So you've got the 2 of Pentacles. It's a choice. And the two twos can definitely like reiterate that a choice that needs to be made. This does feel like a connection. It could be a love, or it could be other than a love connection. It could be friendship, what have you. But I'm kind of looking at it as a love connection because we have the Empress and the Emperor. Somebody's coming forward with a solid offer. One of these people you may have already invested with before. We do have the card of reconciliation here. But I do feel like there is another person involved here, possibly Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, specifically Scorpio. We have, like I said, more Earth, Scorpio there too as well. Could be, maybe some of you don't have 2 people, could be this somebody that was the King of Cups before has leveled up and wants to come towards you now that they feel like they are your equal match as the Emperor. Because the Emperor and the Empress are divine counterparts. They're a power couple. They are kind of the husband and wife of tarot. But you have a decision to make regardless. If it's one person, or if it's 2 people, or if it's just one person, there is a need to weigh the pros and cons of the situation. Remember that Page of Swords. Find out all the information. Read the fine print. Do not take this leap of faith. Not to say that on certain things you've got to take a leap of faith, right? You can't ever grow if you don't challenge yourself. If you don't take a risk, you can never see what you're capable of achieving. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying in whatever this is, that it's asking you to make sure that you know the facts. What you don't know is that you don't know something. I know that's like redundant, but there is some information that you don't have, considering this, because that Fool came out down here as well. And I believe, no, the Four of Wands is right here. Okay, so it could definitely involve somebody that you were married to, somebody that you were possibly engaged to, um, or maybe it's just a really good business partner. Maybe you guys had a falling out and somebody's emotions got in the way, they got their feelings hurt, but now they're ready to come back. Business, it's all business. I can keep this professional. That's just an example. So let's move on. This looks good. It's slow, 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 slow. Whoever this was or is, whether it's a past person or not, they took their damn time getting to you. They definitely aren't that fool energy. They are very diligent, careful, cautious. They assess, they reassess, they reassess, assess. I know that's word of the week. So let's move on. So far, I'm liking this reading. Yeah, see the lovers with the King of Cups. I mean, some of you could be dealing with more than one option in love. Somebody who is like you, you and they have the same kind of uh, outlook, or the same ambitions, or the same future goals. And then the King of Cups might be somebody that is more emotional, more intuitive, more like feel things out and go by less logical but more intuitive kind of. Not that the Empress wouldn't go for a King of Cups, man or female, but and maybe that's what you struggle with. Maybe you have a very deep emotional connection with one, and the other you just know that you two would make some make some make some money together. I don't know. You build a literal empire with this person. Like one is uh, your match when it comes to stability and dependability, and the other one is more of like, but this one makes me feel good. He says he's sweet. He says all the right things. All right, so let's move on to your advice. Yeah, this Five of Pentacles. I feel like at one point in your life you did come up from a place of having very little, and I think um, it engineered you to want to never have to experience that again. Maybe it was just childhood. Maybe it was, seeing other people's experiences and their struggle, but it pushed you. It could have been your parents. Like maybe your parents sacrificed a lot to give you um, the opportunities that you got, but it still pushed you to be very ambitious. Um, and then also there's a thing about coming in from the cold. There's something you don't know, some information. It could be even that you have the wrong series of events. Like your perception of what happened back here with that Seven of Swords, it wasn't that you were wrong, it's just you didn't have all the information and you made a judgment based on information that was um, not complete. But regardless of whatever that was, I feel like that Five of Pentacles is talking more about how do I say that? Like not coming from a place that is anything less than 100% confidence, if that makes any sense. I don't even know how to like vocalize what it is that the feeling that it's giving me. Because usually this is a card about financial struggle. Um, somebody maybe being dependent on you. Maybe you have people that literally like children or a family member is sick or ill and you care for them. It can be a card about a lack mentality. For some of you, that is your message. It's like no matter how much you do, no matter how much you receive, no matter how much you get or achieve or attain or accumulate, it's never seems to be enough because you have this uh, endless void of feeling like, and I mean, that could come from anything. It could come from a childhood trauma you experienced. It could come from just an irrational fear. It could stem from anything really. But I more so feel like this is more than anything. It's your period of hardship and sacrifice and loss, like feeling like you had to give up and lose out on certain things in order to achieve. It was all worth it. It will all be worth it. One more with the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Wands, please. One more with the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. You may have questioned your path for a long time, like, why did I do so much and why did I, turn down so many offers for so long? And it's these cards are saying basically like, I'm fixing to show you why. Let me show you why. Not the cards, they're not going to show you why. It's life, universe, fate, destiny, God, whatever you believe in. One more with the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Wands, please. 1, 2, and 3. Nice. Six of Cups on the bottom. Six of Wands. Okay, wow. Six of Wands, clarifying Six of Wands. That's helpful. 12. 3. Three of Wands. What's Three of Wands about? Three of Wands. Why am I not able to picture that? Three of Wands. Where are you? Oh, it's the waiting card. Yeah, so this is something you've been waiting for a long time. Be careful of vain. Be careful of being vain, though. If there's somebody that, like, if you're in the spotlight and you're getting um, accolades and congratulations and this and that, if there's somebody that helped you get to where you are, where that was a parent's sacrifice or motivational kind of force, whether that was another entity or another person that you worked with on a project, like be sure to share that with that person. Don't let this victory be an empty victory or rob you of the victory by not. Don't overshadow yourself in the sense that you get a big head, basically. But for the most part, I feel like this is mainly about keep on the track that you're on. Go your course. You're on the right course. Everything that you have lost along the way, there is a good reason for it. Okay? And, celebrate your own victories too. So be sure to celebrate your victories. Give yourself credit for what you have achieved. Because, like I said earlier, some of you are looking, and if you do have that lack mentality where nothing can ever appease the feeling of not having enough, but mainly for those that are kind of looking at the next thing. What's the next thing and achieving that? What's the next thing? Sit back and acknowledge what you have already achieved in the moment, like right in the moment. Sit still and really acknowledge and accept and congratulate yourself for what you have achieved. Even if you were lucky, even if you were privileged in a way, it still took your determination, your willpower, your plan, your action. Okay, so let's see. Hmm. One more. There may be someone in your very close environment that likes to feed off your energy. I don't know why I'm getting that, but it's maybe something to do with a deceptive person back here. Maybe they have the lack mentality, and you are just there's such this force and this presence and this, like, I think there is a good person to celebrate this with. You may have many, but there's one in particular who's a very good person who was your champion from day one. And then there's another person that may just want to feed off your energy, live vicariously through you, or even maybe bring you down, because that's not for everyone, though. That's just a side message I got while I was looking over there. Okay, so let's look at your most probable outcome. Most probable, because we all have free will, basically. I cannot give you a definitive when your choices or the people around you, their choices can affect, alter, or completely change the outcome here. But if you were to continue on as you have been, this is your outcome. Probable, most probable outcome. One more with the Ten of Pentacles and the Justice card. Justice is Libra. Find one with the Ten of Pentacles and Justice for that probable outcome here for the sign of Taurus. All right, 1, 2, 3. Huh. Why? Oh, why? Why 3 of Swords? Could be a healed situation. Now, justice, I said in the first video, it's a fair and balanced outcome. I forgot to mention that it can involve legal matters, uh, involving like lawsuits or civil disputes. Um, it can involve the court system in some way, or the legal system in some way. Let me see, why is the 3 of Swords here? I'm not taking that. It just didn't feel right. Why is the 3 of Swords here, please? 1, 2. You had a couple cards here about the home. You may have a home situation. You're waiting on uh, confirmation from a bank or from a... Okay, so remember that warning that came in with the Tower about having all the information, or there's something that you need to communicate, The Tower kept showing up. That's showing up here again, and it kind of depends on the way you lean. You have an opportunity here for a very good outcome. The Ten of Pentacles. That is, you have the Ten of Cups, that's emotional fulfillment. The Ten of Pentacles is financial fulfillment, completion. That's having everything you could possibly need and maybe want. But that is the highest you can go, right? Then you start all over with the Ace of Pentacles, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Ten of Pentacles is um, significant in the finance or family. 'Cause that can also represent a family, tradition, heritage, inheritance. Um, it's a generational kind of thing as well. Can talk about generational wealth, but more so, I think this is like everything that you've done up to this point is like working, 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 and your outcome is, you never have to want for anything. Like you don't have to worry about if your water is going to get turned off this week. You don't have to worry about where your meals are going to come from. You don't have to worry about making rent. Um, it's not like doesn't have to mean that you have a luxury life, but I don't know what I was shuffling for. So, Empress on the bottom though. On the other side is pain, grief, sorrow, shocking, ending, disruption, destruction. So I kind of feel because the Tower showed up again, and this is a card about karma, a card about a fair and balanced outcome. You might not be on the right side of that depending on your karma. What have you done? What have you incurred? What have you, what are your actions deserve, basically, because it's impartial. And it doesn't care if you are a good person today, if you were a crappy person 10 years ago, you know, talking about not being able to pay rent. This is like rent is due, but it's in your karma. So it could be good for you or it could be bad for you. But I do feel like there's an aspect of what you don't know is warning of this Tower moment. Overall, the outcome is good, but there's something that you have to acknowledge or you have to communicate. You either need to investigate, dig, um, research, or somebody's going to bring this to you, some information that you have to acknowledge. You can't just ignore this. You have got to look into it to avoid this Tower. I don't know what that is exactly. Whatever it is, it kind of grinds things to a stop. You're going to have a hard time making a decision. It could involve a deception, whether yours or somebody else's. It does bring in healing because the swords are out of the heart, but then the Tower just makes me feel like this could lead to heartbreak if you are not careful with how you proceed. You have to make the right choice here. It's important. It's pertinent down here for whatever this is. Okay? So that's your reading. I feel relatively good about it because all of your cards have shown a very responsible, um, capable, hardworking, and kind of like I'm not saying there's not cards to show that you're not kind or you are kind, but there's an energy of a feeling of it's almost like you are dutiful to those around you. I don't know how to make that make sense other than to say like You can be selfish, you can be stubborn, but there's a part of you that wants to see other people grow as you have, wants to see other people succeed. And if you are capable of helping them, not doing it for them, but of helping them, you would do that. So I don't feel very strongly that it could be something to worry about. I'm not saying that it's not, but I feel like you'll make the right decision. You have to, because this is kind of karma you don't want to be dealt with the Three of Swords and the Tower. I do feel like it's reversible or it's preventable. You have the 10 and it's look at that. In the background is the Tower. Okay, so just be careful of your actions and your choices. Everything has a consequence. All right, so that's your reading, Taurus. Let me know in the comments your story, your feedback, your thoughts, your opinions. I'd love to hear back from you. Leave a like, share, um, help my channel grow. Thank you so much if you spent this time to watch this, and I will hopefully see you guys soon. Oh, yeah, and yeah, if you want any of the information about where to find me, personal reading, all of that is in the description box below. You guys have a great night.